everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and I'm a part-time reseller using the name Lather, Rinse, Repeat Retail. If you're new here, welcome. If you like this kind of content, feel free to give this video a thumbs up or subscribe. I typically do a video every week talking either about thrift hauls, what sold, or just some random reselling business. Today's video is going to be about getting started in reselling, some of the lessons that I learned either from other people that was helpful reselling or just some of the ones that I learned because I screwed up. So I didn't really know that people did YouTube videos about this sort of stuff. I wasn't really the type of person who would turn to YouTube to learn about anything. I have since changed my ways, and now here I am talking about this sort of stuff, so hopefully you won't make some of the same dumb mistakes that I did. And then at the end of the video, I'll just give you some updates about what's been going on. I live in Nova Scotia, Canada, and we are in lockdown 3.0, so I am doing my regular work job from home. The thrift stores are closed, so I haven't been sourcing, so I have been trying to sort of keep motivated, and yeah, I'll give you a couple updates at the end. Anyway, first I'm going to take it right back to the beginning and tell you about when I first signed up for Poshmark. So if you go to my Poshmark account, and my Poshmark account is LRR_retail, and you go to my About section, it will tell you that I have been a member since January 2020. So that was when I very first signed up for my Poshmark account. And why did I sign up? It wasn't because I heard that you could sell things on there. It wasn't because I saw one of their commercials or anything. I had somebody on my Instagram post that they had started a closet, and I was like, oh, that's weird. I wonder what that is. And, you know, they're a pretty fashionable person, so I kind of wanted to see what they were selling. So I signed up. Hack number one, if you are not on Poshmark and you want to sign up, you can find a discount code absolutely anywhere. Use one. I didn't, and now obviously over a year later I've made some Poshmark purchases and I could have saved myself $15. So if you're watching this video, if you don't already have a Poshmark account, you need to use that discount code when you download the app, not when you make your first purchase, which is the majority of the time that you would use a discount code. Poshmark doesn't do anything the way that the majority of things do it. So when you download the app, get yourself a discount code. If you want to use mine, it is LRR_retail. It's the same as my closet name. And yeah, I'd appreciate it. Obviously, if you use somebody's discount code, they get a little bit of credit from Poshmark as well. But yeah, when you fill out the thing, I'll even put a little thing right here. This is what it looks like when you sign up for a Poshmark, like when you download the app or sign up for an account. And that place right there is where you put your discount code when you get the account, not when you make your first purchase. So that's my first hack, is get a discount code. Save yourself $15. Shipping is $13.49. You might as well get free shipping, essentially, on your first purchase. But yeah, back to me. So I didn't know what I was really signing up for, and I kind of looked at this person's closet and was like, oh, cool. What about the rest of my day? And then I think March happened, and if you don't know what happened in March, is that was when the lockdown 1.0 sort of hit Canada and things started shutting down, and the whole COVID-19 thing really got started here in, you know, the eastern half of North America. So I actually lost my job on March 12th, and I think that everything closed here on like March 16th. So it was not a great time to lose your job. I'll still to this day say that it was a blessing in disguise. I would not have quit that job. I just would have stayed unhappy in it. But I hated it. It was an absolute miserable thing to have to go do 5 days a week. Anyway, so I was like, how am I going to make money? Because we were all getting $2,000 a month. Well, I made a lot more than $2,000 a month working as an accountant, so I was pretty stretched financially come the end of April when I realized, each month I'm going to have to use that much of my savings account. So I thought, well, I guess I'll put some things up on Poshmark. And I think I did that sometime in May. I finally went through my closet, organized it, and threw some stuff up. And I remember, God, looking back at those listings, some of the photos are so bad. I took them at night in my bedroom with just my overhead light, and I tried to model some of them. Yeah, they weren't good photos, let's just say that. And I remember going to bed that night after uploading like maybe 10 listings and thinking, this is so easy. One night I'm going to sell all this stuff so fast, because obviously it was my stuff, so I thought it was great. And I woke up the next morning and I checked my phone and I had so many notifications and I was like, oh my God, it really worked. I really sold everything that I listed. And that's when I found out about Poshmark followers. Womp, womp, womp. So all of those notifications were just people following my account, because obviously me starting the list must have triggered Poshmark in the algorithm, and I must have shown up in one of the whatever lists people use to follow new Poshers. And yeah, so that was really disappointing. So this is sort of my hack 2, and I can see an argument against taking this one, but I have done it, and I would recommend doing it, and that is going into your Poshmark notifications and choosing which ones you actually want as push notifications, which are the ones that flash up on your phone. I don't know why Poshmark does this, and I wish that they would separate it, because I would like to get notifications when somebody liked an item in my closet, but they do put together the likes and the followers. So that is one notification. But especially since reaching Poshmark ambassador status, I get at least 100 followers a day, pretty much. And I don't want 100 notifications. I only want to see a notification on my phone if I have the potential to make a sale, or if I have made a sale. Lately, actually, I've been getting notifications about them trying to, like, steer me in the direction of going and looking at certain listings, and I can't figure out how to turn those off. So if you know how, drop it in the comments, because those are annoying. But yeah, so needless to say, I was pretty disappointed that next morning when I had like 30 notifications and 0 sales. But, yeah, I didn't sell anything for the first little while. That is normal. Oh, another thing that is normal, and I do see this question a lot, is it is totally normal if you are in Canada to get people from the US following you, even though you cannot purchase cross-country. I don't know why, but I think it's because a lot of people just go in and mass follow people, and they're not checking to see where they're located, because they're just trying to get some metric of theirs. Some people think that following other people and getting followers is going to make them a lot more sales. I don't agree with that. I think that my sales have pretty much only been consistent as my closet size increases. And now, I guess you could say as my closet size increases, I get more followers. But I don't think that the sales that I make have anything to do with the number of people that follow me. I think that that is just a useless metric, and I think following people is a useless thing to do. Nobody, in my experience, shops from the feed. Maybe that feed moves so quickly, maybe once in a while something might catch somebody's eye and it might result in a sale. More typically, it will just result in a like. Another thing a lot of those notifications were is people sharing my items. And I actually had a friend of mine recently sign up for the app and make one listing. And she sent me a message and she was like, why is everyone sharing my listing? And so community shares are another thing that you can get a notification for. Turn that off. God, so annoying. And yeah, I don't community share very often at all. Maybe if I think that I'm like, oh wow, that's really nice, and I look at it, it's not my size or something, maybe I'll give it a share. But if you go look at my account, you can see that I think I've only shared like 6,000 listings. I did it for a while. To get to Poshmark ambassador status, you need to have 5,000 community shares. And God, that was the most tedious part of getting that status. I think that I had every other criteria met for like at least 2 months before I hit the 5,000 community shares. I just don't think it does anything, because again, it doesn't bring you, so I'll backtrack a second. So the reason that everybody shares their own listings is because Poshmark automatically sorts the search feed by just shared. So you have to go in a couple times a day and share all your listings. And I'll do another video about that some other day for anybody who might not know what that means or what I'm talking about when I say that, but basically it's like refreshing your listings into the search feature. When somebody else shares your listing, it does not do that. It just puts it in front of their followers, which, since you already know how I feel about followers, you can imagine how I feel about community shares, which is that it's a waste of your time to do it. And me getting notifications that other people have shared I ignore them. So I definitely have those ones turned off. So then I didn't really make any sales, and I said that I listed those things in about May. I didn't go back and check exact dates. But then here in Nova Scotia, the stores reopened sometime in June. So I didn't know, so I'm still not watching any YouTube videos. I still know nothing. I just made these few listings from things from my own closet and was kind of hoping for the best because I was unemployed. So stores reopened, and I had been cooped up for like 3 months, and I went to Winners, which, if you're not, I don't know if they have Winners in the United States, but it's similar to Marshall's or TJ Maxx. So I went there, and like everything was on clearance, and I was just shopping for myself, and I managed to spend like $700. Keep in mind, I was unemployed, so I did not have $700 to be spending on stuff at Winners. But I brought it home, and it was all such nice stuff, and I was really enjoying it, and I was like, but I can't afford this. At the end of the day, I cannot afford this. What was I thinking? So I think that they have a 30-day return policy. So me, in my brilliant mind, thought to myself, well, I'll keep a couple things because I did want to buy all of these things for myself. So I did treat myself, and I kept a couple things. And then I thought of this brilliant idea to list all of these items on Poshmark and see if they would sell. So I did that. Again, I took pretty crappy photos of them, and I think that maybe these ones were a little bit better because I took them in natural lighting instead of bedroom lighting in the middle of the night. And my bright idea was, okay, I'll sell all this stuff, I'll make more than what I paid for it, and whatever doesn't sell in 30 days, I'll return. So that was how I made my very first sale. So these sneakers are what my very first sale were. Ta-da! Really cute leather kids. I really liked them. I had bought them for myself, but I sold them. So, what did I learn from selling my first item on Poshmark? One, you should slightly overprice your items for whatever you want to get for them. Like, let's say you expect to sell something and you want the sale price to be $25. You should probably list it for like $30, maybe even $32. I didn't really know about offers. It's crazy, but I had no idea that somebody could offer you a lower price. So these sneakers here were listed for, I think, $55 is what I sort of calculated I would need to sell them to make a couple dollars. I wasn't looking to like strike it rich. I just wanted to make sure I made more than what I purchased these items for. So I think that I listed them at $60. I didn't check any comps. I had no idea what I was doing. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that I listed them for $60. Now, this would have been back in June 2020. So I listed them for $60, and I got an offer for $40. And I was like, what the hell? I'm not going to sell you these shoes for $40. They are $60. How dare you? How naive. So I just declined. I was like, absolutely not. I didn't know that I could counter offer. Even though the button was there, I was just like, nah, I don't know. You want to spend $40 on these. I want $60. This will never work. So I just declined. And then they countered $50. Or no, they re-offered $50, which I don't think since then I've declined an offer and had somebody come back with a new offer. So this was just my weird first experience. And I declined, they came back offering $50. And so I did the math, and I was like, okay, if I sell them for $50, 20% of that, this will leave me with this much money. My profit will be 80% of $50, which is $40. Yeah, so if I sell them for $50, I'll lose the 20%, which is $10. I'll make $40. I think I paid like 36 something for these shoes, maybe I have all the math written down somewhere. Anyway, I didn't pull it out. Anyway, long story short, I didn't know that Poshmark also charges you taxes on their fee. And my very first sale on Poshmark, I actually ended up losing $1.74. Oh well. But I told myself, if you make a sale, that will probably create more sales. So I did accept the $50 offer, thinking that if I made a sale, then people would just flock to my closet. Oh my God, there's a red banner. It says sold. She must be amazing. Yeah, so my very first sale, I lost money because I found out about taxes on Poshmark. So when you list something and you are in a place where there is sales tax, you will get charged sales tax on the Poshmark fee, as well as the shipping discount. If you didn't know, I have a video all about the shipping, the cost of shipping. I'll link it up here, and it talks about the taxes that you get charged on your sales as well. Anyway, so at that point, I think the only thing I sold from that purchase was those shoes, and I did end up returning everything 30 days later. I probably had them overpriced. Yes, they were new with tag items, but I've since learned that that doesn't mean that people will pay basically retail for something that has no return policy and something that may or may not fit them, and then they'll just be stuck with it. Yeah, so even when things are new with tags, don't expect them to sell for retail price. It won't happen. And yeah, I learned that, I guess, the hard way. And then, so I sold a couple more things from my own closet. One of them was this great Nike jacket that I had. I actually purchased it for myself, but it was a little too big, so I sold it there. That was a great sale. I think I only paid about 60 something for that, and I sold it for 100. So I made like 15 bucks off that. Another was this Matt and Nat purse that I sold for 90, I think. I think I had it listed for 100, and I took an offer for 90. That black jacket, actually, I turned down a bunch of offers on it, and then I woke up to a full price sale one morning, so gotta love that. And yeah, just getting started on Poshmark is slow. Like, if you have no money, Poshmark is probably not the greatest place to go to drum up some cash immediately. You'd probably be better off taking your things to a buy-sell-trade store if that is what you need, is fast cash. Poshmark is a slow burn. It takes a while to build up a big enough closet to make daily or even weekly sales. I went on my first thrift shopping trip on August 12th, 2020. That date is ingrained in my brain for some reason. But yeah, this is another thing that I would really recommend if you are a new seller and you're going thrifting to buy things for resale. Do your research first. I went into the store. I went to Frenchie's in Truro, which, if you're not familiar with Nova Scotia geography, and why would you be, it's about an hour-ish outside of the main city of Halifax here, which is where I live. And I didn't know there was a Frenchie's closer. I thought that was the closest one to me. So I got in the car, drove out there. I thought that I knew what was cool. I didn't. I picked up some brands that I had seen stores in the US sell for lots of money. I was like, oh, these are expensive, I'll buy that. And that is why there is some White House black market things still sitting in my closet for almost a year now. I really regret buying those. BCBG Maxaria. Really regret buying that. I'm very selective over J. Crew. I bought every J. Crew thing I found. Adidas and Nike really are hit or miss. I bought Reebok, which is not a brand that I've had any luck selling. Yeah, I bought things that retail for a decent amount of money, and they do not resell for a decent amount of money. So that is a real lesson. Just because something retails for a lot doesn't mean it will resell for a lot. And that is true of brands that I've found that to be true of are Banana Republic, J. Crew, BCBG, White House Black Market, although I don't remember the last time I was in a White House Black Market store. Lucky Brand, you can buy a blouse for like $60 to $80 there, and I don't think that I've been able to sell one for $20 Alice and Olivia is hit or miss. I did find on that very first trip an Alice and Olivia dress that I thought was super cute that I ended up selling for like 60% less than what I thought that I was going to be able to sell it for. Yeah, anyway, just always do your research on what you're buying and always check comps because you might have a great item in a saturated market and it might be hard to sell unless you're willing to be the one that sells it for the absolute less. I guess that's kind of really it, guys. I just wanted to give you a little bit of backstory on my very first few months reselling, maybe why I kind of got into it. I did get into it because I thought that I was going to be able to make money. And I didn't start making basically daily sales, maybe not a sale every day, but on average daily sales. I think I made 1.6 sales per day in April. I think I had to have at least 300 items in my closet for that to start happening for me, and a lot of them had to be good. Like, I definitely do still have a lot of listings that are maybe like, you know, $25 and under, and that's, a lot of those come from my closet, or I just think it's cute, and I don't care if I make a ton of money on it. But if you're actually looking to make money on this, you really need to be watching like trend report videos, what sold videos for people. Pay attention to what those selling prices are. If those sellers are, I don't know what's up with my voice. If those sellers are giving you details on what the amount that item sold for. Every single time you don't know a brand, go in to Poshmark and sort the items by solds. I'll show you how to do that in a little, I'll smack a video in here. This is how you look up what's sold. Let's see, then you can see all the sold items and what the prices that they sold for. Beware that on some of those things, if somebody sold something in a bundle, so if I had something listed, 2 items listed for $40 each, and I accepted an offer on those 2 items for $40, it will still show that they sold for $40 each, even though really they only sold for $20 each. So just be a little bit cautious. If you see a huge outlier, that person probably sold it in a bundle and they just had it listed for a lot. Other than that, I would just always, 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 always pay attention when you're shopping. Look for flaws. I don't know how many times I've been at the thrift store and found something and I thought it was so great and then there's a hole in it or there's a stain on it, and I'll probably still list it, but I mean, I'm listing it for 30 to 60% less than what I thought I was going to be able to list it for because it has a flaw. It doesn't mean that flawed things won't sell. Like this Patagonia fleece here had like 6 little tiny holes in it. I think somebody was maybe at a campfire and the little embers burned little tiny holes in it. I still sold it in less than a day. But look at that price. Like, I could have sold that for $50 more if it wasn't flawed. So just pay attention when you are out shopping. I know that when you find something that's a great brand and you're excited about it, it can be easy to just grab it and not even look at it later. But what I normally do is I fill my cart with everything that I like, and then I go to a little corner and I check everything over and I really decide, okay, is this going to sell? I'll look up comps. I don't do that in the middle of the racks in everybody's way. I do it at the end. And then, yeah, it's kind of annoying to go put things back because I'm not going to be that jerk who just slaps it all on the end of a rack and walks away. Most people don't want to have to deal with that. I put things back where I found them. And, yeah, so that's kind of just some of my tips and tricks on getting started on Poshmark and setting your expectations on what is actually possible to do when you first make your closet. And then, yeah, I said that I'd give you some updates at the end, and that is I have purchased a few retail arbitrage items. So I ordered 6 things, and in my closet they're up. They're up now as a drop soon item. The package arrives tomorrow, so you can only do it for 7 days, and I forgot today was a holiday. So those things should arrive tomorrow. And I have them set to drop on Wednesday, so hopefully I'll be able to take enough pictures of those items and get them up before the actual items drop. I mean, I do have to work tomorrow, so we'll see. Hopefully those items don't drop before I get to add pictures of the actual item, because that's kind of annoying. Although once I did that, and somebody bought them with just stock photos, which is odd. Good thing that I actually sent them a brand new pair of shoes, but that's not the norm. Don't expect to be able to sell things with just stock photos. But yeah, so I'm excited for those 6 things to arrive. One of them is a really pretty Ted Baker wallet that I'm going to really have to talk myself out of keeping because it's super cute. And I also purchased 3 boxes of things from Jomar Wholesalers. So that is a place in the US, and I purchased two 25-piece boxes and one 20-piece box. So one of them is a Anthro Brands box, and it's only going to be Graylin and another brand. I forget what it's called, something in Young maybe. But it's like newer stuff from them apparently. And I purchased a 25-piece Zara and Topshop box, and I purchased a 20-piece Bloomingdale's and Nordstrom Rack mystery box. So this is something that I've never done before, is purchase from like a liquidation wholesaler type place, but with the thrift stores and all regular stores being closed here and me not listing anything, my sales in May have kind of suffered. I think maybe I've sold about 35 things all month so far. And that's disappointing because since I started keeping track of things in the middle of January, I've just been on an upward trend ever since, and I was really hoping to keep that momentum going. I was hoping to get my closet up to almost 400 listings by the end of the month, and instead I've flatlined totally. So I am a little bit nervous about this. 2 of the 3 boxes shipped today, so hopefully they'll be here by the end of the week or early next week, and I am going to do an unboxing on here, so you'll be able to see what I got. And I'm nervous for what's going to be in these boxes, whether they're going to be good, whether I'm going to be able to recoup my costs. In the video, I'll tell you what I paid total, what I paid for shipping, and what I'm actually really nervous about is if I'm going to get dinged with duties, because I think that I should be fine with 70 pieces. I'll definitely be able to make my costs back. But the last time I ordered something from the States was from 6pm.com, which is a lot of great stuff at a lot of really great prices. But then by the time I factored in the exchange rate, which was worse at that time that I ordered that than it is now, it's actually pretty good right now, and shipping, which was pretty expensive. And then I got nailed with duties at the border, and I think that was like another extra $80 on top of like a $600 order. So really drove the cost per piece item up. Now that time I think I only ordered like 13 things, and I tried to get some high-end expensive things, and that was just a total flatline bummer. I can do a video about that someday if you're interested, is the things that I ordered from 6pm.com. And I never made my money back on any of those things, so that's kind of disappointing. A lot of them are still for sale, but yeah, that actually might be a good topic. My first time doing US retail arbitrage. But yeah, so look for that video hopefully next week, if not next week, the week after, to do my Jomar Wholesalers unboxing. And yeah, otherwise I'm just keeping on. I decided to film this video at my boyfriend's desk instead of mine in the bedroom, and you can see where we live. It's not a big place for 2 people and a dog to all be at home all day, every day. It's really fun. Alright, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll repeat what I said at the beginning. If you like this video and you like this channel, feel free to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you like this video in particular, give it a big thumbs up. I love thumbs ups. I do not like thumbs down, so if you didn't like this video, just hopefully you didn't get this far. You didn't bother to give it a thumbs down. And if you like reseller content, feel free to follow me on Instagram at Leather Rinse Repeat Retail. Over there, I do normally post a lot more content on there than I do on here. Been a little inactive lately. That's just because I've been a little unmotivated. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.